Good morning all of you students. Today we are going to see about the jump statements. Generally the flow of execution starts from the main function and it executes each statement in the main function and it ends at the return statement, and this is the normal flow of the execution. Whether it is a loop statements, we can say it as a loop body will be executed until the condition statement will be true. Enter all the statements within the block will be executed. This we can call it as a normal flow of the execution. Now the jump statements, what the jump statement makes, it is the jump statement makes the change of the execution flow. Generally the change of the execution flow will be changed by using these jump statements. Generally the jump statements are break statement, continue and go to statements. That we go with the break statement. The break statement will execute whenever the condition is true. The loop will be come out of the loop. The break statement makes that it terminates the loop and it come out of the loop when the condition is met. So in this we are going to see is a simple program, or whether it is a while loop or do while loop or for loop, any loops we use these jump statements, that is break statement. Whenever, if we see the while loop, if the condition of the break will be reached, the break will stops and exit from the loop, and next execution, next statement will be executed. And see the do while loop, that is exit control. This is the entry control control loop, and this is the exit control loop. In it also, if the condition to break is satisfied, it is true, the break statement, whenever it reaches the break, the do loop will be terminated and it exit, come out of the loop, and next statement will be executed. The same like for loop is also, whenever the condition to the break is met, the break will terminate or come out of the for loop, and next statement of the for loop will be executed. We see this simple program, that here my intention is we are seeing that we are summing the positive numbers, and whenever the negative number is entered, the loop will be terminated. It is a simple program that we are going to see in this code. Okay, this is the program which will return for the summing of all the positive numbers. Whenever the negative number is entered, the loop will be terminated or come out of the loop, and the program will stop and displays the sum of the positive numbers here. Now we see this main function here. The first statement int I, that is the index for the for loop, and the number is any positive number, any number that we are going to be read by using the scanf function, and these for loop will be executed until the I reaches to the 10. Here we see this values of these simple execution of this code. Simple execution of this code by making this I value and number we are reading, that is n, and so here I, for initially it is the 1. The number that print enter the number, that is the ith value that we are going to be entered, that is the first number that we are going to be entered, that is 20 I entered. So if number is less than 0, it is not less than 0, so the sum will be executed. The sum plus is equal to number will be executed. The sum value is now it is 20. It is initially it is 0, 0 plus 20, it is going to be 20, and the iteration will be go for the I plus plus. Now the I value is 2, so the I value is 2, and now the I am entering about number is 10, and I value, the number is less than 0, it is false, so sum will be added, this 10 will be added to the sum, that is equal to 30. Now I am going to, I value will be incremented to 3. Now I am giving the minus 5, and for the third value. Now the number is less than 0, so break statement will terminate the loop, and it prints the sum value is sum equal to, now it is 30 will be displayed, and it stops the execution of the program. So whenever the negative value is encountered, the break statement makes this loop come out of the loop, and it prints the sum of the total positive numbers. Like that, the break statement will be used to, whenever the condition is true, reach, the break statement makes that come out of the loop, and next statement of the for loop will be executed. Now another jump statement we see about the continue statement. Here the continue statement is, it is similar to the break statement, but the continue statement will make this all the entire loop will be executed until the loop condition will be false. The group of statements will be executed, but here the continue statement makes that some of the code will be skipped, and the next it goes for the next iteration, and it completes all the iterations of the for loop. Now we see this continue statement with the simple code for the same program here by using the continue statement. Okay, here the continue statement makes to skip the code and execute for the next iteration. Here it is not breaking, it is coming out of the loop, but continue statement makes this, the code will be skipped and it go for the next iteration. It is also used for all the three loops, that is while, do while or for loops. Okay, now we see this, if the same program is, my intention is for the only the positive numbers will be added, and it prints the sum of the positive numbers. If even that is negative numbers are entered, it skips the summing of the statement and it skips for the next iteration. And here my intention is all 10 iterations has to be completed. Okay, 10 numbers I have to read. In that, only positive number sum will be displayed. So here a bit of code evaluation we see with the code evaluation, that is so here the I is used to index, and the number is used to read the number, and the sum is used to display the sum of the positive numbers here. And here the print enter I, that is for initially the sum is equal to 0, and initially the I is equal to 1, and if enter the ith value, that is the first number, here I am entered 20 is the first number, and if number is less than 0, so it is not the number is positive number, so it is this statement will be false, and sum will be executed. Sum plus is equal to number, and 0 plus 20 is equal to 20 is the sum of the sum value, and it go for the next iteration. I will be incremented to 2, and print enter the second number. The second number is, I am going to enter, it is -5 here, and the -5 number is less than or equal to 0. That means to continue, that means it won't come out, but it will skip the sum plus is equal to number and go to for the next iteration. I is equal to, here the sum is again 20, and next iteration I will be incremented, and it asks for the third number, and now I am inputting the 5. The 5 is a positive number, so the sum is added to 25, and now the I will be incremented for the 4, and now I am giving a -15 as the fourth element. So -15 is also less than 0, so the continue makes this sum will be skipped, and it will be executed for the next iteration, that is the fifth iteration. The sum is the same, it is 25, and now the fifth number I am going to be read, it is again it is 6, I am going to be read, it is the positive number, so this condition will be false, and the sum will be added to the 66, and now it is 31 is the sum, and now the 6 I will be incremented, the sixth I will be, now it is the 6, and the enter the number of the sixth number, that is again I am using the minus 23, so that minus 23 is less than 0, so it continue will be executed to the next iteration, that is the next iteration is the 7th iteration. Again I am using minus 2 using that for the 7th number, and this is also less than the 0, so continue will make for the next iteration, and 8th iteration. In the 8th iteration I used minus 10, so it will be skipped, the sum will be skipped again for this, and the same will be there in the sum, and so 8th minus 1, next iteration, that is the 9th I value is going to be increment the 9th, and I am entering minus 5 again, it is the negative value, so sum will be skipped and it go for the next iteration, that is the I is now I is 10 condition is 10 is less than or equal to 10, so it is true, the group of statement will be executed, and now the 10th value is I am going to be give, it is plus that is 5 I am going to give, and so that the 5 is the positive number, so the sum statement will be executed. The sum is again now it is sum value will be changed to 36, and it comes out of to the next iteration I will be incremented, that is 11. 11 is less than or equal to 10, it is a false, so it comes out of the for loop and it prints the sum value. Now the sum value is 36, that's why the sum is printed as a 36. Now see this, all the negative value will be skipped and only the positive values are added in this code. That means it continue makes this skipping of the sum of the code and executes for the next iteration, and it fulfills all the iteration until the loop condition will be false. So this makes continue statement is to continue for the next iteration. That means the continue tells us that continue for the next iteration by skipping the code. Okay, here only my intention is only positive values will be added and the negative value will be skipped for the execution. So the continue statement is used to skip the code, and next we are going to see about the go to statement.